Ladies and gentlemen, freedom begins with a choice, a decision to no longer be held captive by the past. The truth is, every one of us carries a story filled with moments of joy, but also moments of pain. It is easy to allow those painful moments to define us, to shape the way we see ourselves and the world around us. But today, the invitation is clear. It's time to break free. It's time to release the grip of yesterday so that tomorrow can flourish. Many of us have wounds we've carried for far too long. Words spoken in anger that pierced our hearts and lingered in our minds. Rejections that made us question our worth. Losses that seemed to take a piece of us with them. These wounds are real, and the pain they've caused is undeniable. Yet holding on to that pain is like clutching shards of glass. The tighter we hold on, the more damage it does to us. Letting go isn't about dismissing what happened or pretending it didn't hurt. It's about deciding that the pain will no longer control us. You see, pain has a way of building prisons around us. A harsh word can become a shackle. A betrayal can become a wall. Over time, we might even start to believe that the prison is where we belong, that freedom is for someone else. But let me tell you this, you were not created to live in a prison of pain. The prison was never meant to be permanent. The key to your freedom has been within you all along. When we hold on to the pain of the past, we allow it to dictate our future. We replay moments of hurt over and over, letting them take root in our minds and hearts. But today is the day to uproot those thoughts, to replace them with truth. The truth is, you are not what happened to you. You are not the names you were called. You are not the mistakes you made. You are not the moments of failure. You are so much more than that. The power of freedom begins with recognizing who you truly are and believing that your story isn't over. Freedom isn't always easy. It takes courage to confront the wounds we've hidden. It takes faith to believe there's more for us beyond the pain. But every step toward freedom is a step toward healing. The tears you've cried, the nights you spent wondering if things would ever change, those moments are not wasted. They've been preparing you for this very moment. They've been teaching you how strong you really are. Releasing the past doesn't mean forgetting it. Your story, even the painful parts, has value. Your journey through the pain has given you wisdom, empathy, and a strength you didn't know you had. Those experiences have shaped you, but they don't define you. The same power that allowed you to survive those moments is the power that will help you thrive beyond them. This is your moment. The chains that once held you are falling away. The labels that tried to stick to you no longer have power. The voices that told you you weren't enough are silenced. Now is the time to step into your freedom, to rise above the hurt, and to declare that you will not be bound by the past any longer. The world needs what you carry. Your freedom is not just for you. It's for everyone who will hear your story, who will see your courage, and who will be inspired by your resilience. When you walk in freedom, you give others permission to do the same. So take that first step. Release the pain. Embrace the healing. The door to your freedom is open. All you have to do is walk through it. Healing is a journey, not a moment. It begins when we acknowledge the wounds we carry and make the bold decision to no longer let them define us. Healing doesn't happen overnight, nor is it always a straight path. It requires us to confront the pain, to wrestle with the questions of why and how, and to ultimately decide that our future is more important than the hurts of our past. Healing is the gateway to empowerment, and when we embrace it, we unlock a strength we didn't know was within us. Empowerment starts with understanding that healing is not about forgetting, it's about transforming. The scars we bear are not marks of failure, they are proof of survival. They tell a story of resilience, of pushing through even when it seemed impossible. When you look at your scars, let them remind you of the battles you've won. They are evidence that you are still here, still standing, and still capable of rising. Too often we allow pain to diminish our sense of self-worth. We let the voice of the hurt drown out the voice of truth. But empowerment calls us to listen to a different narrative, one that says we are valuable, loved, and full of purpose. It's not about ignoring the pain, but using it as fuel to become stronger. What tried to break you can actually build you if you allow it to shape you into a wiser, more compassionate, and more powerful version of yourself. Healing requires action. It might mean seeking support from a friend, a mentor, or a professional. It might mean learning to forgive not because the other person deserves it, but because you deserve to be free. Forgiveness is not about excusing what happened. It's about choosing to release the hold it has over you. It's about reclaiming your power and refusing to let the actions of others dictate your joy. Empowerment comes when you realize you are not defined by what you've been through. Your identity is not tied to the pain, but to the strength you've shown in facing it. Every tear you've cried, every prayer you've whispered, every step you've taken forward is proof of your determination. Empowerment is stepping into that strength and declaring that you are capable of achieving more than you ever imagined. As you heal, you begin to see the world differently. What once seemed impossible now feels within reach. You start to dream again, to envision a life beyond the hurt, and to recognize the potential that has always been inside you. Healing clears the fog of pain and allows you to see the beauty of your own resilience. It's in this clarity that empowerment is born. You were not created to simply survive, you were created to thrive. Empowerment is about stepping into that truth and living it out boldly. It's about recognizing that your voice matters, your dreams are valid, and your contributions are needed. The very experiences that tried to diminish you have prepared you to rise higher. They have equipped you with empathy, strength, and a unique perspective that can change the lives of others. When you embrace healing and empowerment, you stop waiting for permission to be who you are. You stop looking for validation from others and start walking confidently in your purpose. Empowerment is a decision to live authentically, to own your story, and to use it as a source of inspiration for others. It's a declaration that you will no longer settle for less than the fullness of what life has to offer. The journey of healing and empowerment is ongoing, but every step forward is a victory. With each step, you become stronger, more confident, and more capable of making a difference. Your story is not over, it's just beginning. And as you heal, you unlock the power within to change not only your life, but the lives of those around you. This is your time to rise, to heal, and to walk boldly in the power that is uniquely yours. Letting go is often the hardest step on the journey toward freedom, yet it is the most crucial. We hold on to so much pain, regrets, grudges, and even our own mistakes. Sometimes we clutch them tightly, believing that if we let them go, we'll lose a part of ourselves or lose control over what happened. But the truth is, holding on doesn't preserve your past, it only imprisons your future. Letting go isn't about forgetting or dismissing, it's about releasing the weight that no longer serves you so you can move forward unburdened and free. For many of us, the pain of holding on feels familiar, even comforting in its own strange way. We replay moments of hurt and betrayal as if reliving them will change the outcome. But the more we replay those moments, the deeper they root themselves in our hearts and minds. Letting go is a decision to stop rehearsing the pain and start rehearsing the possibilities. It's about shifting the narrative from what was taken from you to what is still waiting for you. One of the greatest challenges of letting go is facing the fear of the unknown. What happens when you release the anger, the resentment, or the guilt? For some, those emotions have become a shield, a way to protect themselves from being hurt again. But the shield that protects also isolates. It keeps out the pain, but also the joy. Letting go is choosing to live with an open heart, even if it feels vulnerable. It's trusting that what lies ahead is greater than what you've left behind. To letting go requires forgiveness, not just of others, but often of yourself. We carry shame for the things we've done or failed to do, replaying our own mistakes in a relentless loop, but holding on to that shame only keeps us stuck. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing what happened or pretending it didn't hurt. It means deciding that you will no longer let those actions or choices hold power over your life. Forgiving yourself is an act of grace, a reminder that you are human and that your worth is not diminished by your missteps. Moving forward also means letting go of the need for closure. There are some wounds for which you will never receive an apology, some questions that will never be answered. Waiting for closure can become a chain that keeps you tethered to the past. Instead, you must create your own closure by deciding that your peace is more important than the explanation you may never receive. Closure doesn't come from others, it comes from within. As you let go, you make space for something new. Imagine carrying a heavy bag filled with all your regrets, your pain, and your disappointments. Every step forward is harder because of the weight you're carrying. But the moment you decide to put the bag down, you feel lighter. You can take bigger steps, walk faster, and even run toward your goals. That's the power of letting go. It liberates you to move freely, to dream again, and to embrace new opportunities. To letting go doesn't mean you'll never think about the pain again. It doesn't mean the memories won't resurface from time to time. But it does mean those memories will no longer have the power to dictate your life. You'll look back not with bitterness, but with gratitude for the lessons learned and the strength gained. You'll see how far you've come, not how far you fell. The act of letting go is not a one-time decision, it's a daily practice. Each day you choose to release the weight of what no longer serves you. You choose to focus on the present and the future instead of being anchored to the past. And with each choice, you grow stronger, more resilient, and more prepared to step into the fullness of your destiny. Letting go is not the end, it's the beginning. It's the first step toward becoming the person you're always meant to be. When you let go, you free yourself to rise, to love, and to live without limits. The road ahead is filled with possibilities, and the only way to walk it is with open hands and an open heart. What you release will no longer hold you back, and what you embrace will propel you forward into a life of purpose, joy, and freedom. There comes a time when you must look beyond what the world has told you about yourself, beyond the doubts that creep into your mind, and beyond the circumstances that have tried to diminish your worth. That time is now. Recognizing your inner strength is not about discovering something new. It's about uncovering what has always been there. The strength you need to overcome, to rise and to thrive is already within you. It has been with you since the beginning, waiting for you to see it, believe in it, and embrace it. Life has a way of testing us, of placing obstacles in our path that seem insurmountable. Yet every challenge, every moment of difficulty reveals something powerful, the depth of your resilience. Think back to the times when you thought you wouldn't make it, when the weight of your burden seemed too heavy to bear. Yet here you are. That strength didn't come from outside of you, it came from within. It wasn't a gift handed to you by someone else, it was the result of your determination, your courage, and your refusal to give up. Recognizing inner strength starts with changing the way you see yourself. Too often we focus on our weaknesses, our failures, and our flaws. We compare ourselves to others, measuring our worth against standards were never meant to define us. But the truth is, your strength is unique. It is not measured by perfection or comparison. It is measured by your ability to keep going, to keep believing, and to keep fighting for what matters. Strength is not always loud. It doesn't always look like bold actions or dramatic victories. Sometimes strength is quiet. It's the decision to get out of bed when everything in you wants to stay hidden. It's the choice to forgive when holding a grudge feels easier. It's the willingness to start again after failure. These moments may seem small, but they are the building blocks of a powerful inner foundation. To recognize your inner strength, you must also silence the voices that tell you otherwise. These voices may come from others or from your own insecurities. They may whisper that you are not enough, that you are too broken, or that you don't have what it takes. But strength begins with believing in yourself even when no one else does. It's about affirming your worth, speaking life over yourself, and declaring that you are capable of more than you've been led to believe. There is a warrior inside of you, one who has faced battles and come out stronger. That warrior knows how to adapt, to persevere, and to rise above. But to tap into that warrior spirit, you must be willing to trust yourself. Trust that you have the wisdom to navigate challenges, the creativity to find solutions, and the heart to keep going when the road gets tough. Trust that even in your moments of weakness, there is a strength that will carry you through. Recognizing your inner strength also means celebrating your victories, no matter how small they may seem. Each step forward, each obstacle overcome is proof of your resilience. Don't wait for someone else to applaud you, celebrate yourself. Remind yourself of the battles you've won, the challenges you've faced, and the progress you've made. These reminders are fuel for your journey, evidence that you are more capable than you realize. As you embrace your inner strength, you will find that it grows. Strength is like a muscle. It becomes stronger the more you use it. The more you face challenges with courage, the more you believe in your ability to overcome, the more resilient you become. And as your strength grows, so does your capacity to inspire others. Your journey of recognizing and embracing your inner strength is not just for you. It's a light that will guide others to discover their own. You are stronger than you know. You have faced storms and survived. You have encountered darkness and found light. The strength within you is not a fleeting thing. It is enduring, steadfast, and limitless. It is time to own that strength, to let it propel you forward, and to live boldly in the truth of who you are. Everything you need is already inside of you, waiting to be unleashed. This is your moment to rise and to walk in the fullness of your power. Walking toward purpose begins with a simple yet profound realization your life has meaning. You were not created by accident, and your existence is not a coincidence. Within you lies a unique combination of gifts, talents, and experiences that were designed to make an impact. But discovering and walking toward your purpose requires intention. It requires listening to the quiet call within you and taking steps even when the path isn't entirely clear. Purpose is not always found in a dramatic moment of revelation. More often, it's revealed in the steady rhythm of small, intentional actions. It begins when you take a step back to reflect on what truly matters to you. What stirs your heart? What brings you joy? What challenges make you want to rise and create change? These questions point to your purpose, a compass guiding you toward what you were meant to do. Walking toward purpose isn't always straightforward. It requires courage because purpose often exists outside of your comfort zone. To pursue it, you must be willing to face fear, doubt, and uncertainty. The road may not always be smooth, but every step you take brings you closer to the fulfillment that can only come from living in alignment with your calling. One of the most important aspects of walking toward purpose is letting go of distractions and detours. It's easy to become consumed by the expectations of others or by society's definition of success. But true purpose is not about meeting external standards. It's about living authentically and aligning your life with your core values. This means saying no to what doesn't serve your higher calling and being unapologetic about prioritizing what does. As you move toward your purpose, you'll inevitably encounter challenges. Doors may close, plans may fail, and obstacles may arise. These moments are not signs that you're on the wrong path. They're opportunities to grow. Each setback teaches resilience, and each closed door redirects you towards something better. Walking toward purpose requires faith, the belief that even when you can't see the full picture, every step is leading you closer to where you're meant to be. Walking in purpose also means embracing the power of your story. The experiences you've lived, both the joyful and the painful, are not random. They are tools to shape your journey. The struggles you've overcome and the lessons you've learned equip you to make a difference in ways only you can. Your story holds the key to connecting with others, inspiring change, and leaving a legacy. Purpose is not just about what you do. It's about who you become in the process. As you walk toward your purpose, you begin to grow into the person you were created to be. You find confidence in your identity, clarity in your vision, and peace in knowing that you are living in alignment with your destiny. Walking in purpose isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every step, no matter how small, is significant. It's also important to remember that purpose is not a destination, it's a journey. There will always be more to discover, more to learn, and more to achieve. Walking in purpose is a daily choice to pursue what matters, to live with intention, and to make the most of the opportunities before you. It's about showing up fully, knowing that even your smallest actions can have a ripple effect. Walking toward purpose is empowering because it allows you to move beyond living for yourself. When you walk in purpose, you begin to see how your life connects with the lives of others. Your gifts, your work, and your passions have the potential to inspire, uplift, and transform. Purpose is not just about personal fulfillment. It's about making a difference in the world around you. So take the first step, even if it's small. Trust that with each step, you're moving closer to the life you were meant to live. The road toward purpose is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Keep walking, and you will find that the journey itself is as meaningful as the destination. Freedom begins with a decision, a bold declaration that you will no longer be bound by the chains of your past, the expectations of others, or the limitations you've placed on yourself. It is a moment when you stand in your truth and proclaim that enough is enough. It is the courage to rise, to take ownership of your life, and to step boldly into the fullness of who you were created to be. This declaration is not just an act, it is a lifestyle way of living that affirms your worth and embraces your destiny. Freedom is not something that others grant you, it is something you claim. It starts within, in the quiet places of your heart, where you decide that you will no longer be held captive by fear, doubt, or shame. The chains may have been forged by the words of others, by circumstances beyond your control, or by mistakes you've made along the way. But no matter how they were formed, they do not have the power to define you unless you let them. Declaring your freedom is acknowledging that the power to change your life has always been within you. The beauty of freedom is that it is not dependent on perfection. You don't have to have it all figured out to declare your freedom. You don't have to wait until you feel ready, strong, or confident. Freedom begins the moment you decide to take the first step, even if it's a small one. It's about choosing to move forward, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. Freedom is not the absence of challenges, it's the refusal to let those challenges stop you. When you declare your freedom, you are choosing to let go of the things that no longer serve you. This means releasing bitterness, resentment, and unforgiveness, not because the hurt didn't matter, but because your peace matters more. It means letting go of the need for validation from others and finding your worth within. It means breaking free from the fear of failure and daring to pursue your dreams. Letting go is not a loss, it is a gain. And it is the reclaiming of your power and the opening of doors to possibilities you never imagined. Freedom is also about rediscovering your voice. For too long, you may have silenced yourself, believing that your thoughts, feelings, and desires didn't matter. But declaring your freedom means speaking up, standing firm, and living authentically. Your voice matters, your story matters. And when you live in freedom, you inspire others to do the same. Your declaration becomes a beacon of hope, showing others that they too can rise above their circumstances and claim the life they deserve. Freedom requires courage because it often means stepping into the unknown. It means leaving behind what is comfortable, even if that comfort has been holding you back. It means challenging the narratives that have kept you small and rewriting the script of life. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move forward despite it. And as you take each step, you'll find that your courage grows and the chains that once held you become weaker and weaker. Declaring your freedom is also a declaration of purpose. It is a statement that your life is meant for more than just surviving, it is meant for thriving. Freedom allows you to fully embrace your gifts, your passions, and your calling. It gives you the space to dream, to create, and to make an impact. When you walk in freedom, you are no longer living on someone else's terms. You are living on purpose. with intention and clarity. This declaration is not a one-time event, it is a daily choice. Each day you have the opportunity to affirm your freedom to choose joy over despair, love over fear, and growth over stagnation. Freedom is not something that happens to you, it's something you live. It is a journey, and with each step you become more aligned with the person you were always meant to be. Today is the day to declare your freedom. The world is waiting for your light, your gifts, and your voice. You are not bound by what has been. You are free to create what will be. Stand tall, speak boldly, and walk forward with confidence. This is your moment, your declaration, your freedom. Seize it.